Hey there YouTube, it's time for a 1500 point battle report where my Orks take on the Tau. Now I'm playing a completely different kind of list this week, wanting to have some fun. So what I'm playing is my standard KFF mech with Cyborg Berna, but I'm playing Mad Doc Grosnick, which is going to be proxied by my Pain Boy. For troops, I'm running one 30-boy unit of Sluggas, one 30-boy unit of Shooters with 3 big Shooters, and 27 Ardboys. Why 27? Because I didn't have the points for 30. Combined with 12 Ludas, and total of 13 Commandos, including Snickrot, 1 Berna, and the Commando unit has Cyborg bodies thanks to Mad Doc. That's right, Cyborg Commandos. Doesn't that sound like fun? It is fun. So, we ended up rolling kill points and pitch battle deployment. Here's my deployment where I threw out all my boys. Well, of course, holding Snickrot in reserve. Here is my commando unit, ready to go. Here's the Tau deployment. He's got 2 Devilfish with Fire Warriors, 2 Hammerheads, Broadside team, Stealth Suit team with Marker Drone, and in reserve he has his Commander suit and another Crisis suit with Twin Link Fusion Blasters. So, here we are down to the bottom of turn 1. He shot a lot at my 30-boy Slugger unit, which moved up. I had to go first, unfortunately. And this is what's left of my 30-boy unit, 30-boy Slugger unit, because it ran ahead of everything else. And it did exactly what I intended it to do, which is absorb all the fire. We got it down to 12 models, so he killed 18 Orks, which isn't too bad. I think got maybe one more Shooter Boy in addition to that. But the main thing that happened in turn 1 is that when he jumped out of cover with his stealth suits and lost both his Sashwi and the gun and the Marker Drone to ones. I thought that was kind of cool. Here's a shot at the end of turn 2. And in turn 2, I was able to get these boys through a wall into close combat with the broadsides. And I charged, and they held, and unfortunately they held again, which I did not expect. I was hoping, because I whiffed with the Power Claw. So I was hoping I would wipe them out and then be able to freely charge with these boys on the next turn, but no such luck. So here we are at the end of turn 3. In turn 3, my reserves came on. No, not yet. This is turn 3. Yeah, the end of turn 3. Both of his reserves came on. The Crisis Commander popped down next to that Hammerhead and was shooting at the Shooter Boys. The Crisis Suit came to the other side and brilliantly used by my opponent to bait Mad Doc Grosnick away from his main force. Both units of Fire Warriors disembarked. Between the Fire Warriors and the Stealth Suits, they wiped out the last few boys that assaulted the broadside. So at this point, we are currently tied at 1 kill point each. Here we are at the end of turn 4. My Shooter Boys were able to get into combat with the Commander, but unfortunately it took 2 combat phases for my Power Claw to get into get engaged with him, because my Shooter Boys were so spread out. In turn 3, the Commandos came on, wiped out a unit of Fire Warriors, and then they were wiped out by my opponent. However, it took shooting from the entire army. Everything had to shoot at the Commandos to wipe them out. And even after all that shooting, it was still left with Snickrot with 1 wound, and he died to assault from the 4 stealth suits and gun drones from the Devilfish. So at this point, we are tied at 2 kill points each. I have the broadsides and a Fire Warrior team. He has the 30-boy unit and the Commandos. So here we are at the end of turn 4. The Crisis Suit has been baiting away Mad Doc from his main force. The Crisis Suit would be a sacrifice to that. So after this, I would move up and shoot and then assault and kill the Crisis Suit. And I would also wipe out the HQ in Assault. Unfortunately, that was my last picture. I thought I took more, but I didn't. But at the end of by the end of turn 5, I had wiped out his Crisis Suit and his HQ, and my opponent had tried shooting at the Ardboys between the KFF and Feel No Pain. It turned out to be an extreme an activity in futility. So at which point he turned all his guns on the Ludas and the remaining boys. Unfortunately, the Ludas didn't do much this game because my opponent was really good. He deployed. I had my Ludas on one side. I thought I had to clear lanes to everywhere, but he was able to keep his tanks out of range for the first 2 turns, so they didn't get a whole lot of shots out on the tanks. But it didn't matter because he just kept them away from everything. He just ran away from the Mad Doc unit. So in the end, I ended up with 4 kill points, being his broadsides, the unit of Fire Warriors, the Crisis Suit, and his HQ. And he had 2 kill points, which was my 30-boy unit and the Commandos. And that was it. I was able to... He shot at my Ludas, and I was able to make some mad cover saves and pass leadership so they didn't run off the table. But even that still wouldn't have been enough. So I ended up winning 4 kill points to 2. Well, that puts me at 2-1 for the month of November, and I'll be playing I might be playing Mad Duck again for next week. I haven't decided yet. I might play a more traditional Battle Wagon spam list. So that's it for this battle report. I had a lot of fun. Mad Doc plus Ardboys plus KFF is just mad, crazy, hard to kill. Probably not very viable in a tournament, but for fun, they aren't going anywhere. Thanks for watching.